Following video may contain profanity, sarcasm, and other explicit reactions. If you are easily offended, maybe don't watch the video. And if there's one thing to take away from this video, do not buy the following paid mod. Anyway, let's jump into it. Alright, hello there, and welcome back to another Starfield paid mod video. So we finally got some paid mods of substance for the start of the year. Obviously, we got some mods last week, but they weren't really anything to kind of write home about. But boy, do I have an absolute banger for you. Oh my dear lord. So I initially did a review of this live Tuesday. I do live reviews on a Tuesday, most Tuesdays. I will have a link to the stream in the description below. But yeah, so let's jump into it. We're gonna read through the description. Normally I don't do this, but after doing a review, after doing a kind of a live review of it, yeah, okay. So, AlphaShield Interactive Hideout, right? Now, first of all, love the name. I don't know what AlphaShield is one word. This is by Skydiving Mouse, who has never made any content before, so it's always amazing when their first paid mod, first mod is a paid mod. Also, gotta love that thumbnail. That's rivaling some of my thumbnails when it comes to my content. AlphaShield Interactive Hideout is an achievement-friendly, standalone underground hangar and base. Calling it underground is a bit of a build, store, craft, upgrade, heal, and travel. A full-featured underground base with custom gear, ship services, survival support, and interactive systems. What's inside? Custom location with low G, breathable air, and clean water. Why would you need clean water? I'm not sure. Breathable air is a bit of irrelevant because your characters will still wear their suits. And the low G, there's a reason why it's low G, and we will get into it in a moment. But it's quite hilarious. Again, this is just my speculation of why it's low G. Personally, I feel like when it comes to kind of making a base somewhere, I like when you're kind of having a house, I don't like low G. Cliffside Resort and Tropical Paradise. Putting some trees down isn't a tropical paradise. Fully functional underground hangar and ship lifts. It isn't fully functional at all. At all. Also, calling an underground hangar is a bit of a weird one. Smart shuttle bay doors with dynamic ship detection. Now, one of the things you'll notice here, right, with how this kind of mod is presented, is the mod author will use a lot of kind of phrases and sentences that sound very, very, very good, eye-catching. When in reality, they are just mentioning base game functionality. Like smart shuttle bay doors, it's basically just they're using the if you've been to the abandoned hangar, or not the abandoned hangar, the Crimson Fleet POI hangar that has the ship under the ground, where like an iris opens and closes. That's all it's doing. It gives the ability to open and close it. Very loud. Dynamic ship detection, not really. There's nothing dynamic about it. It's just how it works. A working conveyor belt with real-time manufacturing. I wouldn't call it working necessarily. Yes, it does move the objects, but it also shoots them at the speed of like light. Primer, ammo, grenade, and supply lines. What does that mean? Primer, ammo, grenade, and supply lines. See, this tells me this is someone who hasn't actually played the game. Like, first of all, calling it like a smart shuttle bay door. I mentioned this in the... Yeah, I'm being pedantic here, but shuttles don't really exist in the terminology of what this mod author is trying to create. But primer, ammo, grenade, and supply lines, I'm assuming there's supposed to be like a space there, so well, there's a space, but what they're meaning there is you could basically craft primer, ammo, grenades, and supplies. Interactive shooting range and multi-layered escape room. The shooting range is so cool that you can spawn an infinite amount of objects, or infinite amount of NPCs. Teleport network for fast world travel. Again, why would you need fast world travel personally? Bit weird one. Personal vault, display room, and secure storage. Yeah, when we get to that, that's going to be, yeah. Advanced medical center and healing chems. You made a doctor's office that also functions as a kitchen. Ship service kiosks unlocked for ease of access. I don't know why it would be locked to begin with. I'm paying for a mod. Also, you can't see the price, but I will tell you in a minute if you're not aware. Robot crew and survival starter kits. I didn't really find anything of note. Also, unique weapon armor and custom grenades. Captain's quarters, music room, and immersive base controls. Smart lifts, hidden doors, and secret vents to explore. And see, here's the issue, right? The reason he's kind of named it as secret vents to explore is essentially he's taken the underground POI is the mantis layer, and he's just added onto it. And because the mod author doesn't seem to know how to essentially like kind of cut pieces of the mantis layer, those secret hidden vents are just kind of there to kind of navigate the fact that he couldn't cut pieces. Custom terminals, kiosks, and workstations for all your needs. So yeah, it just keeps going on. It just, yeah, let's just jump into it. It's, I think we're past the 2-minute mark, so this is an absolute dog shit fucking mod. This is beyond dog shit. And the mod authors should be absolutely ashamed of themselves, like beyond ashamed. Like how Bethesda allowed this to go through. This mod is 800 credits, by the way. €8 fucking. This is the first time, or dollars. This is the first time where I've actually felt like I want a refund. And I'm not going to get a refund because on principle, I feel like if I've paid for your shitty shit, I can talk shit about your shitty shit. So if you want to figure out, Crimson, how do we get to it, right? So obviously we're going to scroll through all the... I'm working on a Star Wars load order. Give me a second. So we have to scroll through all of this fucking shit that was probably written by ChatGPT. GPT, whatever the fuck it's called. And eventually, yeah, because the funny... Again, we'll just talk about it. So he, like, mentions, like, all this other shit at the start. Like, oh, it has this, it has that, it has the other. And then he, like, goes into, like... explain it even more, you know? It's like, oh yeah, custom location with 0G. Yeah, I need you to explain that to me once more. Underground hangar to fool your enemies. Boys, she's not technically underground. Anyway, you have to scroll to the very bottom of this to get the, how do I find this secret base? First flight in Amira. Yeah. This is land at the cabin to access the base. Okay, so we need to go to Namira. Alright, let me go to Namira real quick. But yeah, this is a shit show. Like, this is definitely up there. Like, this mod makes probe tech seem like a fucking... like a wizard, right? And I know you'd be like, Crimson, that's mean. Don't be disrespecting probe tech. Or what else to tell you? Alright, so we're going to Namira. And we go to Namira, and then we're heading to... I believe we're heading to a place. Is it like 4A? And from the get-go, this mod just... it's super immersive and, like, very lore-friendly. Like, honestly, this mod is the best thing since sliced bread. That is sarcasm, if you can't tell. If anybody watches this and feels like afterwards they need to purchase this mod... I don't want to call you a moron, but... you're a moron. Right, so we gotta go, I believe it's here. Namira 4A. A cool underground hangar is here. Well, that's fucking immersive. My god, that's amazing. Alright, let's go to a cool underground hangar. Now remember, the mod author has, like, spent hundreds of hours in the creation kit developing a kind of a system that allows you to land very cool, you know, like... very, very cool. So we're gonna check that out, obviously, because the whole point of it's like an underground hangar. Solomon Co. pointing towards the ship parts. Oh, look, we got a... oh, that's really cool. We got... oh, I don't fit. Oh, okay, so if your ship is not the fucking Frontier, it won't fit. Again, good job testing it, douchebag. Also, Anyone noticing an issue here? I mean, first of all, it's very loud. It plays the hangar door noise. It keeps playing it. It plays it for a good, like, 40 fucking seconds. It's still going. Right, so, does anybody notice an issue here? Anyone notice an issue? What's the point of having that there? If this... What's the point? It just makes no sense. Alright, so we got, obviously, we've got these special smart logic stuff, which we'll check out now. You can press a button to open and close. There's a lift system here. Don't know what the lift does. I couldn't figure it out. My guess is the mod author thought that just by sheer willpower, he was able to make this go up and down, but clearly the dude's a fucking moron. We can open and close the shuttle bay doors. I don't know why it's called a shuttle bay doors. Maybe watch less fucking Star Trek and play the game. We also have like an actual smart logic lift. Oh, the lift is here, my bad. This is smart logic. Now, he spent 2 surface ship landing pad. You know what a fucking space is, my guy? Probably not. Dude's a fucking moron. And you may be thinking, Crimson, you're being very aggressive. 8 fucking euro? 8 euro. I bought fucking 2 Warhammer books over the last week that were less than this, and I got like at least 11 hours of fucking enjoyment. Alright, so AlphaShield. Oh, what do we have for sale here? He just basically has all of the unique ships in the game. Marathon, Shieldbreaker, Silent Runner, Narwhal, Aegis, Murakami, Shackleton, Warhorse, Werewolf, Vagabond, Wanderlust, Alpha, Bistray. Yeah, it's magical. Absolutely magical. Up on top here, we have like some areas. Again, we come over here, we have this amazing tropical, or what is, yeah, tropical location. Again, just putting down some fucking palm trees doesn't make it tropical, you absolute ignoramus. Can you tell I'm a bit salty? Can you tell? Anyway, we come in here and we have yeah, we have a completely barren location. Absolutely barren. Don't worry, we have lights though. Can turn on the lights. We also have like this new type of wood. It's a magical type of wood. It's basically like its thickness is like a nanometer. It's very cool. You ever heard of testing your fucking mod? This area completely empty. If you're gonna buy a house mod, you would expect it to be furnished. If it's not furnished, it kind of defeats the purpose. I mean, some people like building houses or like furnishing houses. I don't. I think the majority of people don't either. We can also go outside, and there is an alleyway around the side here where the Aurora dealers like to chill. I don't know what the hell he was doing there. There's a pit into nothingness. Magical. Oh, I fell down. Also, yeah, keep in mind, this is 0.4 Gs, and I'll explain why I think it's 0.4 Gs in a minute. You can come over here, and there's a nice view, but the view is kind of ruined by the fact of this like, sloping. That's not necessarily on the mod author themselves, but, yeah, you could have maybe put it somewhere nicer. There's also this random, like a random light. Anyway, let's go check out the other location, the top part real quick. We got a bar here. Pretty cool. Again, it's not... Just turn all the lights. Oh, there's music, actually. I'm going to turn that off. Knowing my look, I'll get fucking copyright striked. Right, so yeah, we've got... Behind here, we got some storage. This is a bathroom. It's magical. We got a door there that is a secret door. And then for some reason, I don't know why... He decided to make the weapon racks extremely large, which is hilarious, because if I go and actually put the weapons in them, look how goofy this looks. That and that. Look how goofy that looks. Like, what sort of an idiot are you? Did you think that making the weapon racks bigger would make the guns bigger in place? Because even if that was the case, what are you doing? You absolute child. There's a ladder. Cabin music room. Oh, I didn't know this was a thing before. I missed this in the review. Okay. All right, fair enough. This is the music room. That's very cool. Don't really know what the point of it is. I don't know if they're... Oh, you can turn on Paradiso's music. Is that all you can do? Okay, yeah, they're using ambient music. That's interesting, I suppose. This thing is, right? This screams a person's first ever mod, which it very well, I think it is. And if the mod author had to put this out as a free mod, I would have had no issue. I wouldn't have played it because, yeah. Well, actually, I probably would have did a review of it and then just been like, what is this? The problem kind of starts to manifest itself when you... Not only did he decide to make it a paid, but how did he get in the creation program to begin with? Bethesda, can we get some confirmation on what did he do? Who did he have to jerk off? Watch your step. Don't tell me what to fucking do. Anyway, we're gonna enter the secret underground base. Oh, actually, before we enter the underground base, there's this little top tier area we'll go to. But yeah, like the guy's like, I'm gonna make my first ever mod. It's gonna be paid. I'm gonna charge €8. Are you a fucking moron? You have to be a moron. Like, what sort of fucking idiot are you? And if you're like Crimson, that's a bit offensive. The dude came in here thinking he was gonna charge €8 fucking dollars for this fucking dog shit. I remember back in the day when fucking like when we had Microsoft points and like Bethesda DLCs were around €10. But yeah, would you rather like Dead Money or this piece of shit? Would you rather Old World Blues or this piece of shit? Also, he's got an emergency exit, but it leads to nowhere unless you... Yeah, you can play football and you can also do pull-ups. I don't know how the fuck you're supposed to exit. There's a button here that enables crew. I don't know why. Again, the guy doesn't even... Like, this is the laughable thing. Because these are scripting. He doesn't even know how to make a toggle script, which is some bare bones stuff, because you click to assign and then you press to get just spawned in some of these, and then you press to disable. That's how much of an amateur he is, or they. It pops up. All crew members are provided as is. By requesting personnel, you acknowledge a crew member's suggestion, not a guarantee of competence. What? What? This is... I don't know what the hell. What is that? Dessert and snacks? Okay, fair enough. And then we can obviously assign ground crew. Howdy. Then we can disable them. Alright, so let's go down to the meat and potatoes of this. Can I actually jump out there? How many times do you need to put the fucking button, my guy? Like, one is fine. You don't need to put it 60 fucking times. Oh, is there a ladder there? Where does that ladder go to? Maintenance hatch. Nice, a maintenance hatch that I like can't even technically walk properly through. Fucking idiot. Like, how dare you? Mod author, if you're watching this, I hope you watch through the entirety and like maybe you get some sort of understanding and like maybe like I honestly pull this, if I was you, mod author, pull this mod down. Issue a refund to everyone and a fucking apology. But you won't do that because clearly you're a fucking idiot. I'm gonna pass this off as paid content. The fuck is this? Anyway, now we're inside. You'll notice here that he has basically took the interior of the mantis lair. I'm assuming this, he was supposed to, like again, in his infinite wisdom, he was hoping that this would open and close. But clearly he doesn't understand how the CK works. He did manage to put little things here. This is not an actual ship, by the way. This is like if you try and glitch in here, there's like no interior to it, which is pretty funny. He just put this here for the memes. I mean, from an immersion point of view, you're better off not having it here, but maybe he didn't know how to delete it. Yeah, so we go down here and we've got like some storage or some like stuff here. I just want to point out that he's got a floating Yeah, there, that's floating screen. Good job, mod author. 11 out of 10. We've got some like stuff over here, some computer terminals. It's kind of cool. I don't know why you would have that there. You can just over to the left there. You can see into the right. There's our clean water. Can we drink it? No, my guy. This is Starfield, not fucking Fallout. We can't drink the water. So we come up here and we have like a teleporter system that teleports you to everywhere. Now, what's actually quite hilarious about this, as well, is one of the teleportation. Oh, this is a medical. So he's a lot of these vendors that essentially just like, yeah, it just sells you stuff. One of the teleports leads you to one of them leads you to, oh, yeah, one of them leads you to the dream home on Nasai, which is hilarious because I don't actually have the perk for that. I have empath, extrovert, alien DNA. So if we actually teleport there, and to be honest, I wasn't aware that this location appeared. Now maybe, I don't know, maybe I don't think you can buy this without the perk. But yeah, you spawn in at the house, hey, right? I need to talk with you. And you can't access the house because you don't have the key. Yeah, it's very strange. I'm gonna go on limits. And again, someone may be able to correct me if I'm wrong. I thought this area didn't spawn if you didn't have the perk. Anyway, we're gonna go back into the HQ. Magical. Have I said how magical this is, guys? This is so magical. This is the best mod since sliced bread. I don't even like sliced bread. You know it's a good mod when Crimson's not even like editing out the loading screens because he's still ranting. So we've got like a physical plant up there. I don't know what the hell that does. And then we've got downstairs, we've got some stuff. We'll get to it. There's some like computers there. What is that? Is that mission supply kiosk? It just sells generic weapons. The other thing which is kind of funny that you'll notice in a moment is that the mod author didn't know how to make a custom vendor. So essentially what they did is they just kind of copied specific vendors. So we got a medical bay here, which is really cool. On the left here we got an MRI scanner and a diagnostics. We also have a nice little kitchen if you're hungry. Cooking station, that's really cool. I don't know why you'd have it in here. Also, I don't know if he's, again, MRI scanners are very, very, what would you say? They're metal is a no-no. Why do you have metal and like a fucking working kitchen inside here? Yeah. And then we have like a really fancy bathroom that doesn't scream clinic at all. I don't know. Yeah, good job, mod author. We also have a lift that leads somewhere. Distortion. I don't know where that goes. Oh, that goes to, wait, calibrate distortion. What? Oh my god. So this, if anyone's wondering what this is, oh my god. So there's a quest in Starfield where you essentially have these little distortions. And it allows you to kind of, you calibrate them and you can kind of then use them to teleport. So the mod author just copy and pasted. He didn't even make a difference. The calibrate is still there, which is absolutely hilarious. Again, would you expect anything less from a mod author? Charging fucking €8. We also have the vault. This is where it gets a bit like, what the fuck? It was nice enough for Galbang to like have stuff like this. Yep. Now, if anybody plays Starfield long enough that they can fill these, play a different fucking game. We've also got like, you can, the mod author allows you, where can I find it actually? Where is it? There's like a location where you can craft like counterfeit stuff. We'll get to it in a minute. But yeah, basically we got a giant empty room that God knows what it's doing to my performance. There's also one of these vents here. And inside the vent is one of these supply caches. You gotta basically break into them. Break into them very quickly if I don't make any mistakes. But yeah, like, look, here's the thing. We're gonna be real for a second. I do not understand how not only how this mod author got through the creation program. I don't understand, like, I just don't understand. You know what I mean? Like, Bethesda, why are you letting this mod author through? Yeah, we've got an AlphaShield, the aid pack, restores 300% health for a minute, secret entrance key, credits, nice, you reskinned the... Nice, you just reskinned the Xeno. And these, just FYI, these go all the way around the map. And I believe the reason they go all the way around the map is because the mod author didn't know how to delete sections of the POI. Now somebody did mention in the stream when I was reviewing this that there's a potential with this that because the mod author basically copy and pasted the assets, that it might mess with the Mantis layer. And realistically, it's probably going to mess with this. Like, I don't have a save that has this quest unlocked, but I wouldn't be surprised if you go to do this quest and you end up getting teleported to random locations. Again, Bethesda, do some fucking QA, please. So we've got these, like, different vendors, you know, breakfast, beer, dessert. Again, couldn't have made like an individual vendor. No, he doesn't know how to do that, or they don't know how to do that. But they all just sell stuff. Also a button here that turns on lights. Well, you come in here, this is supposed to be like the captain's like room. It doesn't really feel like a room. There's like so many buttons. Why the lights are off by default, I don't know why. You know? Also, slight nitpick, right? So we have these here, right? Which is like, okay, he knows how to do buttons. But then he decides to just shift back to these as buttons. What? Also, we got a nice view here. We got to open every shutter individually because he doesn't know how to script things under one roof. Or under one script. You got a couch. A lot of this stuff you can't actually take, but he forgot about these bowls. And then I believe we've got some stuff in here, just some generic food. And again, yeah. We've got a lot of buttons here that just turn on different music and stuff. I'm not touching any of them. I like keeping my ad revenue. And then for some reason, he decided to place a load of keys. I see Gunright. What was that? Gunright? Right, Scrimroar. Okay. And we've got more. Again, I don't know why the lighting wouldn't be on to begin with, but yeah. And then we got a bathroom. Pretty cool. Now, if we head out of here... Oh, no, hold on. Now, we also have I believe there's an armory. Yeah, anteroom, storage door. I've been told that anteroom basically means like a side room. I'm guessing the mod author is not actually native English speaker. But yeah, you would assume they would have some, you know, mod authors surely would have to have some sort of proficiency in something, but I don't know. So this door leads to the bar outside. It's a secret location. We're out here. Yay, let's go back in. Like, this, honestly, this, I'm exasperated by the... Like, I don't know how this got through. And even if it did, like... Like, you would assume that Bethesda would have so many kind of levels of, like, protection? I don't know if protection is the right word. Like, levels of kind of, you know, like, control so that stuff like this doesn't happen. Infinity room lights. What does that do? Is there no, like, actual lighting in this room? Oh, there is. Better than nothing, I suppose. Alright, let me go back through this. This is some fucking magical shit, guys. This is... My god, is this magical. Anyway, we've been through here. Now we're gonna go to the kind of the... I would say the meat and the potatoes, but that would be an insult to the meat and potatoes. So we come in here, and we have a lift. So in here we have like our fabrication room where we can like we get them conveyor belts up and running. So like over here we have hydroponics, and you come over here and we have, oh cool, look, so the mod author basically took the conveyor system from the Neon Aurora quest. So we go over here and we can make it produce something. So produce, we're gonna get it to produce some potatoes. Now, it doesn't cost you 35. I don't know why the price is there. I think it's just telling you, and then we press this button. Bang. Starts pumping out potatoes. Now, maybe... I don't know if there's another button somewhere that makes the conveyor belt work, but... it'll just keep pumping out potatoes. And it's not going to go anywhere. They're going to eventually get, you know, stuck up. Yeah. Magical. Am I right? Magical. We're going to turn this off just because I don't want to crash my game. Over here we've got engineering. So in here we have a lot of stuff. Now you may be thinking, Crimson, why is there random boxes here? So this is where there's conveyor belts here, and they're supposed to deposit them in there, right? And I think that's the reason why the mod author decided to have the 0G be like, or the gravity be 0.4, because... yeah, now I'm going to show you. It will be lucky if we get the objects in there. So over here, we can craft. What do we craft here? We can craft primers. We're going to craft primers. We're going to activate the conveyor belt first, and then this, we're going to start it. We're going to watch the process. Now, you should think it should just come out here and drop, right? No trickiness to it. No, you know, whatever. Will it, though? I don't know. We'll have to see. Oh, it's nearly there. It's nearly there. Oh. Did any of it fall in? One piece fell in. Yeah, so it'll randomly spasm every so often and shoot them across the room. Sometimes they fall in, sometimes they don't. Mod author didn't even test it again. Like, why would you test a mod? You know, am I right? Yep, it just shoots it out again. We're gonna turn that system off. Now it's the same with every single other system here. This one produces ammo. Now I don't have the stuff to produce the ammo currently, so we're not going to use that one. But trust me, it still is fucked as always. What does this one produce? This one produces counterfeit. We're gonna do counterfeit Ashta. This one, counterfeit Ashta. Could you explain to me how counterfeit Ashta works? I'm not really sure. Again, magical, absolutely magical. Just gonna fall in the hole, maybe. Oh. Okay, so this one seems to fall into the hole at least. Again. Oh, Gary, you're not supposed to be in there. If you're gonna go through the effort of making a conveyor system like this, like, it wouldn't be that hard to, like, script some sort of a system where there's a chest here and the chest sucks in objects that land on it. This mod author doesn't have that level of intelligence. And then this just produces grenades, and it's the exact same thing. It just shoots out. It's magical. This whole system is fucking magical. You can see I'm losing interest. The will to live is going away. We also, if we come down wrong way, we come down this way. We have a shooting range where you can basically spawn NPCs. I'm going to make a save here real quick. Press a button, NPC spawns, you can just spam it, and there is no limit to the amount of NPCs you can spawn, which is pretty hilarious. Because on stream, you'll watch, I spawned quite a few, and yeah, the frame rate went a bit dodgy. The game didn't crash. To adjust the audio slightly. A little bit better. But yeah. Again, he doesn't, the mod author doesn't have a script that basically cleans up the dead bodies, because why would he? He doesn't know how to do that, because he's a questionable individual. We also have a lot of storage here. Shooting range safes. I don't know why they're master. Why would you buy a house and then, yeah. Anyway, if we go on to our next location, I believe down at the bottom, is this the... Yeah, okay, so we open this here. This is supposed to be an escape room. To move ahead, you must prove your aim. Find the bullseye and let it fly. I don't know where the bullseye is personally, and I lost interest in this almost immediately. But if you do manage to get through here and open this door, there's a fucking jumping puzzle in there, which is absolutely magical. And then if we open this here, this leads to the balcony, because, you know, normally you would need to travel through a goddamn vent to get to a room. There's some beds up here. I don't know how you're going to convince anyone to stay with you. My crew are only here because they're going to be paid handsomely after this review. Shutter, which, really nice view of that. I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. There is, like, a downstairs area. Like, it keeps going down. I can't remember how to get to it specifically. But, yeah, you can keep going down. There also is... Is it here? It might be here. This goes up. And it basically just keeps going up. I don't know what it leads... I think it just leads to a... Yeah, it leads to an exit at the top. When I did this review initially, I did find, you know, so if anybody's familiar with the Mantis quest line, there is a location, like, or there is part of the Mantis, like, you know, like the, you know, the password on the ground you have to press. You have to, what is it? You have to write Tyrannus, I think it is. I did find that location, and it was essentially, it was closed off. And you could press a button to spawn enemies, and the enemies would then try and push in and get killed by turrets. I tried to find it on PC because I wanted to see if the whole POI was here, but I couldn't. And when I went TCL, so basically when I went through the walls to look at it, it was just an amalgamation of, like, the most questionable stuff I've ever seen. But yeah, so that's just an emergency exit. Yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Look, here's the thing. If it was a free mod, maybe, but even then, like, the mod author is trying their very hardest to sell you a dream that doesn't even exist, you know what I mean? Like, saying that these are smart logic lifts. There's nothing smart logic about them. They're the exact same lifts in the base game. And, like, the shuttles and all, it's just, yeah. Like, the whole thing is beyond questionable. And I think the mod authors should be ashamed of themselves. This should not be for sale. I mean, I wouldn't even make this for free because of, like, how it doesn't make any sense, personally. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and please, dear Lord, don't buy this mod. If you have bought it because you thought it was going to be amazing, and it wasn't, I would highly recommend getting a refund. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Bye.